怎么又想受到惩罚吗？
Season 3 is hopefully going to give us a whole backstory about Chang Xi's parents and is going to come out this winter season. So while we wait for that, let me take a moment to list out all the reasons why I love this show and why you should give it a try if you haven't watched it yet.
响了12秒的电话没有接，只是要在烟火下闭着眼。
So people who have watched it know that there's something incredibly special about Link Link. While there is no shortage of time travel based stories out there, few if any handle it with such great depth, sensitivity, and emotional complexity as this Chinese animation. For me, Link Link isn't just another show to binge watch, it's an experience. This series feels both personal and universal, and here's why it captured my heart in a way few shows ever did. Number 1. The bonds between the characters. The relationships in the series are among the most authentic I've ever seen in the recent media. Unlike many shows where relationships are either idealized or toxic, the bonds between the characters in this series feel so grounded and real. These relationships aren't perfect, and that's what makes them so relatable. And it's not just the friendship between Chang Xiongxi or Liu Guang, but other characters as well. Their relationship shows us that genuine love doesn't mean never fighting or making mistakes. It means working through the hard times, admitting when you're wrong, and growing together. Number 2. Mistakes and growth. One of the most beautiful aspects of the Link Link is its emphasis on the idea that it's okay to make mistakes. In fact, it's not only okay, it's inevitable. The characters in the show mess up, sometimes in big ways, and they have to deal with the fallout of their decisions. I mean, just in the first episode, they had to show how a girl, Emma, had died with the little change that Chang Xiongxi had done. Number 3. Time travel with emotional and moral weight. At the heart of the Link Link is the time travel aspect. But what sets it apart from other time travel stories is the emotional and moral complexity that comes with it. Rather than treating time travel as just a fun plot, the shows dive deeper into the ethical dilemma that arise when you have the power to change the past. It's not about altering history. It's about understanding that every choice, every action has a ripple effect that can lead to unforeseen consequences. Number 4. Realistic representation of trauma. It's rare that any of the media tackle the subject of abusive marriage, human trafficking, loss during disaster, or overall suffering that took place in the world with such detail and care that Link Link has done. It focuses on long-term, deep-seated emotional scar that trauma leaves behind. Number 5. Suicide awareness. Suicide is a difficult topic, and many shows either move away from it or handle it in such a way that feels shallow or insensitive. But the show approaches the subject with gravity and empathy it deserves. The show does not romanticize or trivialize the decision to take one's life. Instead, it confronts it head-on with the message that life, no matter how unbearable it may be in the moment, is always worth fighting for. For someone who has faced their own struggles with mental health or knows someone who has, this message is not only powerful, it's necessary. Number 6. The realities of death and grief. I was taken back on how the shows portrayed the hard truths of life, including death and grief. Characters in the stories experience loss in deeply painful way, and the show allow us to feel the full weight of that grief. There is no sugarcoating or no skipping over the aftermath of loss. Number 7. A perfect balance between humor and drama. For a show that tackles such heavy themes, Link Link has incredible ability to balance the moment of humor with the serious drama. And the humor isn't even forced or out of place. It feels natural coming from the characters' personality and their relationship with each other. And honestly, these light moments provide a much needed relief from the intensity of the story. Lastly, I would say that there are so many more reasons to love the show. Every single episode is written so beautifully. And don't get me started with the theories. There are so many theories that I wanted to discuss. The biggest one being that Chang Xiongxi isn't alive in the real timeline and Lu Wang always goes back in time to relive with him. So stay tuned for that. I'll make a video on that too. For now, tell me your favorite episode from the show. Take care of yourself and goodbye.
All the highs and the lows, no, you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change.